What's up, Mastermind? George Wright III here. Today's episode, we're going to be going over prosperity pillar number 1, I create my life. We're going to dig into this over the next 12 weeks, so join me as we unpack these topics, and also join me every Wednesday morning live at 8:30 Mountain on our Facebook page for the Daily Mastermind. We're going to be doing a free midweek mastermind every Wednesday morning live. So let's get right into it. Welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. George Wright III here with your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and education. And today is the day that we are going to start a 12-episode series on the prosperity pillars. So I talked a little bit about that yesterday, and I just got a break in the action, and so I wanted to go through these with you. These are the 12 principles for success that I created from my experience with different leaders and thought leaders and experts and individuals in the area of personal development and financial education over the last, maybe 20 years of working with all of these different individuals. And my goal with this particular series to go through these 12 sessions is I want to help you get back to the fundamentals and create a foundation for you in your life so that when you can apply these, you'll learn that anything's possible in your endeavors with the right mindset. So I'd like to start out generally with a statement that was made by Jim Rohn, one of the founders of personal development, one of my mentors, and he said, we all have two choices. We can make a living or we can design a life. Think about that for a minute. Are you making a living or are you designing and creating your life? How powerful is that? Repeat it to yourself a few times because we really do all have two choices. We can make a living or we can design and create a life that we want to live. And how many of us are just going through life on a day-to-day basis, living our life, making a living, doing all these different things without consciously designing and creating our lives? That's why I created the prosperity pillars, and the first one being I create my life. Which one are you doing? Think about that for a minute. Are you just making a living? Are you getting by? Are you designing and creating the life that you ultimately want? Because let's be honest, your focus is going to determine the results that you're going to be getting in life. And if you're not focused on creating a life, you're not going to create it. I got to ask you, do you ever wake up after weeks and weeks of work and just think, man, where did all that time go? I found myself doing that a little bit recently. And the bottom line is the principle around success that's one of the most recognized throughout time is the principle, or we can call it a secret, that my partner Robert Stuberg talks a lot about, and that is that your thoughts create your life. And if if your thoughts create your life, you have to be asking yourself how you're consciously directing these thoughts on a day-to-day basis. If they're consciously designing a life, or are they just reacting and responding to everything around you? You have to remember that your thoughts will create the direction in your life. Everything you think about on a day-to-day basis, it creates feelings, and the feelings that you have result in the actions. They'll push you to create actions in your life that'll create experiences, and those experiences reinforce all of the beliefs that you have and drive more and more thoughts. So you have to be consciously creating your thoughts each and every day. Listen to me when I say that. Every single day, you create your life. Don't wait to be able to have it created for you. Don't wait to hope it turns out right. Now, make no mistake, whether you're consciously creating your life or you're just living your life, something is being created. And I prefer to have a conscious effort creating my life, and I think you do too. So I want to talk to you a little bit about some steps of what you should do and some things I believe you can do to create your life. First of all, and this is probably most important, you have to believe that you can create your life. Now, a mentor of mine, another friend, Les Brown, he always says that common phrase, greatness is within you. I do believe that every one of us has the power and, the greatness inside of us to create the life that we were meant to live. But we have to understand and recognize that we have the ability, but you also have to believe it. You have to believe that you can create your life. And if you have trouble with that belief right now, act anyway. Because there's a lot of different things you can do to increase your belief. But first and most important, that you have to sort of make the decision that you're going to increase your belief and that you can create your life. And the second step besides belief is that you have to create daily activities which will empower you towards designing and creating your best life. For example, I talk about these daily rituals of motivation and inspiration or meditation or journaling or affirmations. activities of learning and growing, anything you can do that will continue to keep you focused on creating your life in your day-to-day activities will keep you focused. It'll keep you on the right path. All of these things will ultimately help you to create better habits for success as well. But this will help you to create the life you're meant to live. So getting belief and then creating daily rituals and activities that keep you on track is a key. But remember, you gotta have energy in your life to be able to make this happen. You have to create some energy as well, because without it, you're not going to have the drive and motivation. So physical exercise, mental awareness, these are all things that you need to keep in mind to create the energy you need, to create your ultimate life. So once again, first, you have to believe you can do it. And second, you have to create daily activities that will design and guide you into creating your ultimate life. So one of the things I wanted to kind of just give you as an example, I do, but one of the things you can do daily is to repeat daily affirmations. It's really the whole reason I created the Prosperity Pillars poster is I look at these 12 pillars for success and I repeat these every day. I've got a poster on my wall. And, so when you say these things out loud, it will help you to increase your belief, but it'll also keep it on your mind. For example, if you say out loud, I create my life. I create my life. It's empowering to be able to make that statement out loud, and those powerful statements work in your mind. Let your mind soak them up and begin to start focusing on what's really important. Then what you need to do is you need to create and set some goals. I'd like you to set some goals because here's the thing. If you don't have a goal of where you'd like to be in life, then chances are you're not going to end up going where you want to go, okay? And as you grow up, people always say to you, what do you want to be when you grow up? Or you go to school and they ask, what do you want to do? What's your major? What kind of job do you want? I really think all those lines of question are really the wrong way to go. I had a mentor of mine, a good partner, obviously I've mentioned a few times here, Robert Stuberg, told me a while back, he said, if your thoughts create your life, it's where do your thoughts come from, right? And the thoughts that you have and the quality of your thoughts come from the questions that you ask yourself and the quality of those questions. So don't ask yourself, what do you want to do or what do you want to be, what your goals are. A better question to ask yourself is, what do you want your life to be like? What type of life do you want to create? Because when you ask that question, your mind is going to start working on it. What do you want your life to be like? If you're going to start creating a life and designing one, don't begin with what you want to do for a living or what you want to have for things. Ask yourself what type of life you want to live. So ask yourself, what emotions do you want to have? What type of lifestyle do you want to have? Who is it that you want to spend your life with? What type of memories and activities and empowering thoughts do you want to have? I personally believe that if you were to consciously create memories, for example, on an ongoing basis, you're going to have a pretty fulfilling, happy, memorable life. By creating memories, you're creating, things in the present, and those are things that are going to carry you through your life. So that's just kind of something that I always strive to do, is create positive memories. Now, in closing, I want to leave you with a particular strategy that you can do to help create your life. I want you to think back. And this is just an exercise you can try, but think back on some things that made you the happiest and the most fulfilled. Think of an activity, an event, something that, you felt the happiest at the time. Consciously, and this is what I want you to do with that. I want you to consciously set a goal for yourself to create a really vivid memory of one that you feel like got you in a great state. And just sort of put yourself inside that memory and have that as something that you can pull out at any given time to help motivate you to consciously create your life. In other words, when you can put yourself in that state of emotion that you feel happy, fulfilled, excited, motivated, that's the most important thing. And when you have that, like I have a couple of moments that I think of whenever I get kind of tired or, I don't feel as motivated or inspired, and I think about those vivid things and they create emotions in me that drive my actions, which will help get me better results. I really believe that if you do something like that and you are prepared for the times that you're not feeling up to the task of creating your life, you can pull those out at a moment's notice, and it'll help to drive you. And you'll be far more successful, far more happier, and more fulfilled. Just remember, like I've said many, many times, I believe it's never too late for you to start living the life that you were meant to live, but you have to take action. So today we covered the very first prosperity pillar, which is I create my life. And I'm looking forward to talking with you a little bit more tomorrow about I take personal responsibility, which is the next pillar that I think is critical for having a successful, happy, prosperous life. So that's my message for today. I hope you have an amazing day. I look forward to talking with you more tomorrow. And please, do me a favor, recommend or refer this podcast to a few people that you know. It helps us spread the message. And I look forward to getting feedback from you. Feel free to hit me up on the Daily Mastermind on Facebook or Instagram. And we'll talk to you more tomorrow. Have an amazing day. Today's podcast was brought to you by Protect Wealth Academy and the 3-day Asset Protection and Wealth Creation Summit. I've worked with Protect Wealth for over 2 decades, and they are by far the longest-running wealth creation and asset protection event in the nation. So if you're interested in creating double-digit returns, you want to significantly lower your taxes, or just protect yourself from lawsuit or judgments, then you definitely want to check out their event. It's an unbelievable collection of, America's greatest attorneys, trainers, experts, all totally live over 3 days. And it's worth thousands of dollars, but I've arranged for you and any of the members of our mastermind community to attend the entire event, all 3 days, absolutely free. You just need to go to the show notes. I'll put a link in there for you to claim your 2 free tickets. And there's only a couple of these per year, and they sell out quickly. So go grab 2 tickets to the next event, take advantage of the offer. And remember, it takes a lifetime to accumulate wealth, but just a few days to protect it if you do things right. Anyway, have an amazing day, and I'm glad this could be something of value for you.